If you were lucky enough to get your hands on a PlayStation 5, you might already be thinking about what else you might need, or if there's going to be any extra hidden products or services you need to purchase just to get yourself started. If you haven't been lucky enough to purchase a PlayStation 5 just yet, you might have seen these types of bundles pop up on GameStop or Walmart or something. Yeah, you don't need any of that. You don't really need much. This video might end up being more about what you don't need. You can use this video to build the ultimate super PlayStation 5, or you can use this video to avoid making unnecessary purchases. Embrace minimalism. I'll tell you what's maybe worth getting if you want the most out of your PlayStation 5 right now. This video is sponsored by Micro Center. Psst. Hey, you. Jesus Christ. Ever wanted an arcade in your home? Yeah, but I don't know if I have the room for it. Are you kidding me? Build your own arcade with Micro Center's Retro Arcade Builder. Power it however you want and load all of your games onto just one device. Micro Center has the best prices and the best selection of PC hardware and everything else tech. Join the Micro Center community to give and receive advice on PC hardware and parts selection with your fellow nerds. And a special offer just for you at home. Me? You can get a free 32GB flash drive and 32GB micro SD card through the link in the description below. No purchase necessary. Limited time offer. Valid in-store only. Limit 1 per customer. Enter email address to get coupon code. And don't forget to check out the Atari Ultimate Dual Arcade Fight Stick with trackball powered by Raspberry Pi. The included Micro Center Retro Gaming Atari SD card allows you to get started right away with your favorite Atari games like Asteroids and Centipede. All right, I get it. Just turn it down a notch. Get your free stuff and join the community now! If you liked that ad and you're not subscribed, I'll kill you. There are barely any accessories on the market right now for PlayStation 5, officially licensed or otherwise. Sony is doing their typical Sony thing and making everything proprietary. Sony has made a couple of officially licensed Sony branded PlayStation 5 accessories, which I'm sure we'll get to talking about later, but most of them are pretty unnecessary. What you'll actually need to get started is PlayStation Plus. It's necessary if you want to play most multiplayer games online, but it also comes with a fantastic selection of free games every month. And unfortunately, the console doesn't come with a free trial in the box. I think you just missed your chance to get Bug Snacks for free with your PlayStation Plus subscription. But this month, you can get Worms Rumble, Rocket Arena, and Just Cause 4 all for free, or for the price of a subscription. And on PlayStation 5, you get access to the PlayStation Plus collection, a library of some of the best PlayStation 4 games, including God of War, Bloodborne, Uncharted 4, Persona 5, and a whole bunch of others. Now, if you want to save some money, you can get away with not having a PlayStation Plus subscription. Games like Fortnite and Warzone are completely free to download and play without a PlayStation Plus subscription. But the subscription is necessary to play games like Call of Duty Cold War online with others, and it's well worth the subscription price for all of the other offerings it provides. One of the accessories that Sony is actually trying to push is its DualSense charge stand, and much like the PlayStation 5, good luck finding one of those. Of course, this isn't a necessary purchase. The PlayStation 5 does come with a USB-C to USB-A charge cable for the DualSense controller, but if you want to purchase an additional DualSense controller, that controller does not come with a USB-C cable. Plus, this is just a convenient way to charge your controllers. This will ensure both of your controllers are at a full charge every time you want to play. But again, it's not exactly necessary. There aren't many PlayStation 5 games that even have local multiplayer at all anyway. But I guess it does look nice in your setup, even if you just have one controller. Certainly nicer than doing what I do and just plugging in the cable and leaving it on top of the PlayStation 5. The 3D Pulse headphones are another accessory by Sony that aren't a necessity, but They are the best wireless headphones that you can get for the PlayStation 5 right now. Again, Sony is doing their thing and making sure that only proprietary wireless headphones will work. Yes, in a world of Bluetooth, we're still relegated to a dongle. They'll claim it's for latency purposes. I'll claim bullshit. Of course, you could just plug whatever headphones you want into the controller, essentially making them wireless, even though the controller is connected via Bluetooth. Normally, I have a bit of an aversion to gamer headphones or audio accessories based solely around gaming. They're usually gimmicky, expensive, and unnecessary. What's wrong with just using actual headphones? The 3D Pulse headphones are actually very good for what they are. There's a lot of technical claims in the marketing for these. I'll just say that these are very good $100 headphones, and they work natively with the PlayStation 5 very well. Once you plug in that dongle, of course. Surround sound is a feature that would be very beneficial for gaming headphones. These are not surround sound, they're 3D audio, which they claim is better than surround sound. To me, it just sounded like panning. These spatial headphones are good at panning left and right, but I'm trying to see if it could determine where the other sounds are coming from in space. But everything did sound crystal clear. It was very easy to latch on to specific sounds that were happening around me. It wasn't just one big noise in my ears. So these 3D audio headphones are cool, but I still don't see a massive improvement over something just like a Sennheiser or an Audio-Technica or Shure headphone. With all the fancy technical stuff they were talking about, I was expecting surround sound, and it's not that. It's close. If you need wireless headphones, it does connect to the PlayStation really easily, and it has a chat and game mixer built on it, so that's kind of cool. But this is another one of those things on the PlayStation that isn't exactly going to be the most revolutionary thing. SteelSeries also makes wireless headphones for the PlayStation 5. They're the only other company on the market that does. But those headphones are a whopping $150 or $330. Ow. Oh. Ooh. And it is for that reason that I say that the 3D Pulse wireless headphones are the best wireless headphones that you can get for the PlayStation 5 right now. So if you need wireless headphones, then I hope you've got an extra $100 laying around after you just spent $500 on the console. The PlayStation 5 comes with an 825 gigabyte NVMe SSD, which in today's world of Warzone and Final Fantasy and stuff like that, that's not that much storage. The PlayStation 5 actually only has about 667 gigabytes of usable storage out of the box because it needs room for the operating system and Astro's Playroom and stuff. Of course, you could be fine with just this amount of storage, but eventually you're either going to want to delete some stuff or expand that storage. Sony did include an expansion slot, so you can eventually fit an M.2 format SSD into your PlayStation 5 when you run out of space. But that slot is actually not activated yet. It requires a future update from Sony for some reason. So do not go off buying an M.2 SSD just yet thinking it'll work on your PlayStation 5. Wait for that firmware update to actually get pushed to consoles. And by then, I'm sure M.2 drives will be cheaper too. Sony also allows for external storage. You might have seen these PlayStation branded Seagate drives for PlayStation 4. These will not be fast enough to run PlayStation 5 games off of, but they will let you archive PlayStation 5 games that you aren't currently playing. Eventually, this is yet another thing that is locked behind a firmware update from Sony. You can currently store and play PlayStation 4 games off of here though, which might be worth it if you're looking to save some space. You do not need the PlayStation branded external drive. It's marked up in price just because it has the PlayStation logo on it. It's not optimized for the system in any way. I've been using these Western Digital Elements drives for years. I think they used to be called Passports. They're big and cheap, and I throw them around all the time. Oops, oh, I dropped it. I have a shoebox full of them that I store old Wulff Den videos on. Who needs a server when you have a shoebox? But you can use anything. Just make sure it's at least using USB 3.0. Most of them are by now anyway. And I'd recommend unplugging it when you're not using it so it's not spinning unnecessarily. Maybe now you've got a lot of consoles in your setup and not a lot of HDMI ports. An HDMI switcher would come in handy. Unfortunately, they don't currently make HDMI 2.1 switchers yet for some reason. So you'll have to settle for an HDMI 2.0 switcher for now. I like this one by Monoprice. It has 4 ports in the back and one weirdly placed one in the front. The best part is that it auto switches, so I don't have to actually do anything. All I have to do is turn the console on and it automatically switches to that input. I also got this tiny little shelf on Amazon. Just ignore the terrible cable management. My room is very tiny and I just wanted a shelf that has enough room for the new consoles to be next to my desk. And it has some storage space on the bottom. I got these little shelf thingies. Modern TVs seem to be coming out with less and less HDMI ports. The newer HDMI 2.1 TVs, some of them only have one HDMI 2.1 port. And if that's your case, I'd recommend plugging the PlayStation 5 directly into that port so you can get the most out of it. But if you have an HDMI 2.0 TV or monitor and you don't plan on upgrading for a while, then an HDMI 2.0 switcher is a good investment. When I eventually upgrade, I plan on moving this HDMI 2.0 switcher into my living room. You can still get 4K at 60 frames per second out of HDMI 2.0. The only thing you'd be missing out on is 4K at 120 frames per second. But your TV or monitor or even the game that you're trying to play probably doesn't even support 4K at 120 frames per second. So if you need an HDMI switcher right now, this one will probably do you just fine. Also, side note, the HDMI cable that comes with the PlayStation 5 says it's a high-speed HDMI cable, but it's actually mislabeled. It's actually an ultra high-speed HDMI cable. So if you're ever gonna purchase an additional HDMI cable for your PlayStation 5, make sure it's an ultra high-speed HDMI cable to future-proof yourself. They have cheap ones on Amazon. I went with this Belkin one because it's sleek and I like the way that it looks, and it wasn't $1 million. And if you're thinking about getting any of this stuff, I have Amazon affiliate links in the description below that help support this channel. Thank you very much. And that's all I've got. There's not much that you absolutely need for your PlayStation 5, but we did manage to talk about a lot of things that you can get to make the most out of your PlayStation 5 right out of the box. So what do you guys think about all this stuff that you can get for your PlayStation 5? Or if you got a PlayStation 5, what else have you got with it to help make the most out of it? Is there anything you're thinking about getting? Is there anything you're on the fence about? Or are you just watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos on the PlayStation 5 like an outsider looking in, hoping you can get one eventually? If you're looking to get one, go on zoolert.com or nowinstock.net, I believe. Leave one of those on your computer in a tab with the alerts blaring, and that's how you'll get yourself a PlayStation 5. That's what the scalpers use. That's what you're gonna use to fight the scalpers, all right? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below, at me on Twitter, any and all this other social media garbage. Of course, we got new videos on this channel all the time, at least once a week. Make sure you're subscribed so that you see those. If you're not subscribed, YouTube might just stop showing you my videos one day. Maybe they're only showing you the Nintendo Switch videos, not the PlayStation videos. And if you like me talking about PlayStation, drop a like, because YouTube's got to know that I talk about PlayStation sometimes. We also got streams over on twitch.tv/WulffDen. I might be live over there right now. And those streams get archived over on youtube.com/WulffDenPodcast and youtube.com/WulffDenClips if you want to just stay on YouTube. And of course, the most important thing that you can do to help support this channel is just subscribe, thanks, and share this video with a friend. A friend who maybe just got a PlayStation 5 and you want to help them out. Thank you very much. Have yourself a good week. Yeah?